maybe. Wi-Fi has been having trouble all day, so I'm praying this works. Okay, I think we are good. Let's see. Okay. I also figured out that we could do this new little thing. So I'm gonna like make it to where we can just all see the three of us. I think that'll be super cool. But as I'm doing that, just being my weird self, I just want either one of you guys can start. Totally does not matter to me, but just kind of start with just sharing like a little brief introduction of yourself, and then we're just gonna kind of go from there. But each of you guys should be able to unmute yourselves. I am so happy to have these two girls on. I will also make you guys co-host as well, just in case it's not gonna let you. But yeah, either one of you can start. I'm good with anyone.
Well, I'll go first. So do you want me to just do like a super brief introduction?
Yeah, we'll just English, sorry. We're just gonna start out with just like super short, and then we'll kind of like all ping off of each other. I think those kind of Zooms are so much fun rather than just like someone just like talking the whole time. So we'll just kind of all like ping off of each other.
Yeah, so hi guys, my name's Caitlin Reynolds. I am a triple diamond leader with It Works. I actually joined this business back in February of 2016 as a workaholic. I dropped out of college. I never knew what my life purpose was. And, I'm not a mom. I'm just a dog mom. I just, ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that there was more to life. And, I just constantly seeing both my parents being workaholics, I just knew like, okay, well, if college isn't for me, then I just need to work a lot. And so I was a workaholic, and, I was very, whenever I wasn't working, I felt guilty. I felt like I had to pick up extra shifts. I would constantly go on care.com and pick up extra shifts and everything. And so what's so crazy is, I got offered this opportunity on Facebook. My enroller just randomly offered it to me one day. She was building a friendship with me, and she's like, hey, I see you're on here all the time. I think you'd be really good at this. And if it wasn't for her following up with me for multiple months, just because I was working so much, sometimes I just didn't answer my phone right away because I was constantly working 4 jobs, you guys, when I first came across this. I was working 4 jobs, 6 to 7 days a week. And I remember, I was just like, you know what? What the heck? I'm already on Facebook and Instagram every day. Why not get paid to do so? So I jumped in, and, in 4 months I went Ruby. And then, I sat at Ruby for 2 years. Then I went diamond and double within a year, and then triple a year later. And now we're pushing towards presidential and ambassador this year. So that's just like a super quick version of my story.
I love that so much. I love how you explained like a workaholic, because I've definitely like given myself that term before, but I haven't heard it in a while. And that was exactly me. Like, I just wanted money. And I was working like 3 to 4 jobs just like you, like trying to pick up any little like side job and everything that I could just to simply make more money. So yes, workaholic. I love that word for that. It's like honestly fits it perfectly. But okay, I love that so much. Murphy, you should be able to meet yourself, but just a little brief introduction.
Hi, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I am on my phone because my dog chewed through my laptop charger and I have not replaced it. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to zoom on my phone because I have all my notes on my iPad and such. So I'm like, I hope that the sound and everything works. But my name is Murphy, for those of you that do not know me, and I am a triple diamond. I joined this business in the summer of 2018. I had found this opportunity on Instagram, as I'm sure most of you had. I completely did not know the girl that I joined, but I had just been watching her for months and saw that she paid every single bill with this business. And I was the absolute definition of your broke college student. I had just turned 20 years old, like literally could not even afford gas, groceries, bills in my apartment, barely anything. I remember having to like call my grandma and beg her for money. And it was like the most embarrassing thing ever. And I was like, I hate living like this. Like I'm done. So when I saw this on social media and being super busy in college, I didn't want to have to go clock in for like a 6-hour shift a day. And just with my busy schedule and so forth. So I thought this was the perfect thing for me, working from social media. And so I was like, well, I got nothing to lose. I'm broke, so might as well. And within my first 3 months, I promoted to Ruby. And then 3 months later, I double promoted from Ruby to Diamond, and I sat at Diamond for a year. And I had actually dropped rank all the way back down to Ruby in December of 2019 after I had promoted Diamond that year in February. And so December of 2019 was a really, really rough month for me. But I'm like, I'm going to get my crap together. I don't want to be a Diamond paid as a Ruby. Like, I want my high paychecks again, and I want to go double so bad. So in December of 2019, I was paid as a Ruby. And then in January of 2020, I was paid as Emerald. The next month I got Diamond back. The next month went double. And then 2 months later went triple. So in 5 months, I went from a Ruby paycheck to a 5-figure triple Diamond paycheck. And so it was a crazy ride, but that's where we're at now. I got to buy my first house at 21, which is something that I never thought I would do this young. We paid cash for our wedding. We don't use any credit cards. And I just get to be a stay-at-home now dog mom every day. I have an 11-week-old lab puppy, and she is just like, she's the cutest but craziest thing ever. And so I just get to live my life at 22 years old, and it's been the best decision ever.
I love that so much. Also, Murphy, you're going to be in Nashville like next week, right?
Yes. I'm so excited. I know.
We are going to VIP retreat with Jade, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure we've met at like conference, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I'm just so excited to squeeze your face and just to see everyone.
I know. Yes, I'm so
just
excited.
Just need some girl time. But I'm just super, super excited. But I seriously love that so much, and I appreciate both of you guys for already being vulnerable, because that was basically the one thing that I just wanted all of us to kind of just like be real for a second and just explain how like there's going to be highs and lows in our businesses, but like just what the high can do, you know what I mean? And then on the flip side of that, you also are going to learn the most about yourself, your business, your leadership, all of that during those low moments as well. So they truly are, both of them, such blessings. But if you guys don't know me, because I know I did open this up to everyone else's team, my name is Cheyenne Nickerson. I'm triple diamond as well. I just forgot everything about myself. Sorry. So I'm trying to think. I'm 22. Yeah, I turned 22 in October. I turned 22 in October. I joined this business October of 2017. Broke college student, just like you heard from everyone else. I was working 3 other jobs and also taking 18 credit hours in school. And like, I was just tired of it, you guys. Like, if y'all are in college and you're not passionate about your degree, hello, that's me. I could not find anything that I was passionate about. I took like some college classes my senior year of high school. So going into college, I was a sophomore, and I had taken all of the intro classes, like intro to everything. And nothing was like fun. I was like, this is all terrible. I hate it. And I seriously I couldn't figure anything out. And so that's when this opportunity fell into my lap. I saw an old friend of mine posting on Facebook just about how she was, or how old were we? I think 18 or 19 at the time, and just making a full-time income from her phone. I was just like, and I knew her from like family. So we were like really close family friends. And I was just like, how is she doing this? Like, I knew her. So like part of me knew it was legit, but the other half of me was just like, there's no way she's doing this. But I just asked her, I think like 1.5 million questions, and then just joined her. I joined her 10 days after my 19th birthday. And you guys, my life is seriously, it looks completely different now. I was on either doing like a live or a story the other day talking about it, and I almost started crying. And I am not like, have emotions, but I don't show anyone them. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy you guys, because I was like, I'm not about to cry on here. But like, seriously, you guys, my life has just completely changed. I'm in my first home with my boyfriend now. We have a beautiful puppy and a beautiful kitty cat that we love so much. And I bought my dream car in May. Just seriously, so much has changed. Yeah, that's in a short story, a little bit about myself. But what I want you guys to kind of talk about is just more or less your journey to triple diamond. Like, obviously there's been multiple years of like work and stuff in between this, but I want you to kind of break it down to those 6-7 months leading up to that promotion, because you guys, we're all VIP leaders on this company. Like, we know how to work this business. Okay. So I know all of you guys have such huge goals, and all of these girls are pushing for ambassador by the end of the year, including myself. And I know it's going to happen. And I just can't wait to have everyone be all these little ambassadors. I'm just so excited. Yes. Top 100 sister. But, Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of going on a tangent, sorry. But basically, I just want you guys to kind of talk about that journey leading up to Triple Diamond. And then you guys can just go Caitlin Murphy, and then I'll go back to myself, and we can just all kind of like rotate like that.
Yeah, so my journey is so different than a lot of people's just because I did join back in February 2016. And I want you guys, who in here knows about Host Post? Okay. My first 2 years of the business, we did not have Host Post. Like that was not a thing I promoted, without Host Post. And so, the thing is, when I first joined, I was a workaholic. I was actually dating my high school boyfriend at the time. And so we worked opposite schedules. And so the one thing I did in the beginning was, I went Ruby in 4 months. I had my head down and, in between each of my jobs, I knew like, okay, I never had an excuse of I'm too busy. That was just not something that ever crossed my mind because I was like, I knew I needed money. And so I worked this as a hobby for 2 years. So I worked this here and there. I was always consistent every single day. I posted every single day. But, that first thing was like, okay, let's go Ruby. My enroller told me, you need to sign your first few customers, get that shopping spree. And, she actually came to my house and she did we did a launch party, which is actually kind of crazy because we don't really do those much anymore. But she came to my house and, I was so scared. I was terrified. I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I was so scared. Like, if you knew me like almost 5 years ago, I was the shyest person. And that's one thing I want you guys to know is your confidence is going to grow throughout this business, especially with self-development and just, having to be a student. But, I worked this in between my jobs. I commuted an hour to one of my jobs. So like I was pouring into myself, listening to self-development. I was constantly sneaking on trainings, you guys. I was literally sneaking on Zooms in between my jobs. Like whenever I was going to the bathroom, that was me because I was like, I know I need the money. And I'm like, I'm just going to figure this out. I didn't know what I was doing. So long story short, I went Ruby in 4 months and I was just making that little bit of extra income. All I really wanted was just some breathing room and to cut back. And I got complacent. I got so complacent, you guys. And that's one thing I want you guys to know is you're going to be complacent in this business. I immediately lost Ruby. Like within a couple months, I lost Ruby. And, those first 2 years in the business, I only signed maybe 1 or 2 distributors like every other month. I was never a mass enroller. I didn't even know it was normal to sign a lot of distributors. Like I told myself for 2 years, I couldn't sign DTs like for 2 years. And it wasn't until 2018 that when my boyfriend and I at the time were talking about getting married, my why changed. I said, I need this business to work because I can't afford a wedding. I can't afford that. My parents are teachers working 2 jobs. They can't afford to pay for a wedding. And I had the mindset of, oh my gosh, I have to make this work. Everybody told me to go to conference. So I went to conference and the Dark Horse, anybody went to the Dark Horse conference, that's literally what changed everything for me. I got chills. I saw Cheyenne Knox on stage at like 19, 18 years old talking about how she was a diamond, dropped down to executive pay and went presidential in 8 months. I said, you know what? Screw this. If this girl is, because I had lost rank. I was a Ruby getting paid as a distributor. I maxed out my credit cards to be able to go to conference because I had just gotten laid off of a job. And life was just hectic. It was just really, really bad. And so I knew like, oh my gosh, like, how am I going to pay for a freaking wedding? Like, and long story short, I put my head down, I put my blinders on and I said, okay, I'm getting on the diamond chart. Okay. How many distributors do I need? Okay. I watched 20 million videos on how to sign distributors. Like I did not wait for my enroller to do it for me. I knew that I had to take full responsibility of my chart. So I went on YouTube every single day, how to sign distributors, because I told myself for so long that I couldn't. I knew that if I kept saying that, I was going to continue not to be a mass DT enroller. And I never even really thought I would be a mass DT enroller until I was actually featured on a call last year, but that's besides the point. But I decided like I have to take full control of my chart. So I got my chart out and I said, okay, this is how many DTs I need. And this was our old charts. So with our old charts, you needed 24 distributors when you went diamond. Now you only need 14 or 15. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go sign these DTs. I don't know how I'm going to do it, and so I first focused on Ruby though, because I was like, okay, I need to get back Ruby first. And another thing I would say is I started adding really good quality people on Facebook, because for my first 2 years, I thought, oh, everyone needs to do this. I just need to add everyone and they all just need to join. But I realized like, I need to find people that are like me, that I will get to, that have a very similar mindset to me, that, other people that I can relate to, that are maybe, in college, or maybe they just work a lot. I wanted to find people that were around my age. And so when I switched the thing of, okay, let me find good quality people, let me find people that I would actually want to become friends with on Facebook. And, because my enroller, like, we're really good friends now. And so I decided, okay, I got to add really good quality people. I need to massively like grow my network. I need to talk to a lot more people. And so I just started talking to a lot of people. I started doing my checklist every single day. And so when I was adding really good quality people, I just started building friendships like crazy. And I was being so nonchalant and just offering them the business, like, hey, could you by chance choose some extra income? Like, I think you'd be really good at this. Just being so nonchalant. And over time, by massively talking to a lot of people, I got back Ruby. And then, it was a few months later, I went Emerald, and I think it was June or July. I think it was June. And then August 2018, I went Diamond, because I was like, I will get that bonus. I am going to get that bonus. And I claimed it all over social media. So if you're not claiming your goals on social media, you need to do that, because that's what held me accountable. Is every single time I'm going for a rank, I talk about how I'm so excited. Like I'm so excited, like big things are coming. Stay tuned to my page. The next day I post about how, oh my gosh, I can't believe like I'm up for this huge bonus. Now, of course, we can't say actual bonus numbers now, but you can still say you're up for a huge promotion, and how this is going to be so life-changing for you, because I knew I needed that money for a freaking wedding, even though I wasn't engaged yet. And so here's the crazy part, you guys. Okay. So I went diamond in August of 2018, and I was like, woo, I made it. Woohoo, I made it. And guess what? Caitlin slacked off the next month, and I lost it immediately. And I said, oh no, that pay jump from diamond to emerald. I was like, absolutely not. I said, I need that comma in my paycheck. So I busted my booty back, got my diamond chart back out, and I'm like, all right, I need this to make sure I get that pay. And guess what? I got back diamond, and for a year and a half, I had never lost diamond. And so I kept telling people on social media, I'm going double, I'm going double, I'm going double. And for a few months, I was pushing. I was so close. And then come conference again in 2019, I went to conference, and they changed the comp plan. The charts were so simplified. It was like February 3rd, and I looked at my my emerald that was going to be my diamond. I said, girl, this is ours. Let's go. And we went double diamond in 25 days. Just from making that decision, put our heads down. We worked very, very closely together, and we did it. We went double diamond, and I'm like, woohoo! We went double diamond February 2019. I had actually gotten engaged on New Year's Eve of 2018 to 2019. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm engaged. Oh my gosh, we get to play in the wedding. Oh my gosh, everything's going right. Okay. Then life happened. 6 days later, my ex-fiance called it quits. I was with the guy for 7 years, you guys. He was my high school sweetheart. I thought life was set. I was broken. I was so hurt. I was so hurt. And the beauty of this business is residual income. And I had to take 2 days off. I told my team, I can't right now. I literally couldn't. And the people that were there the most for me were my It Works family. They were the ones calling me, checking on me. They're like, Kaylin, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And but I only missed 1 day of posting, you guys. I still posted on social media, even though I was hurting. I wasn't super proud and shared that, but I was hurt. I had just spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on, a wedding venue down payment. I put money down on a wedding dress. Like you guys, if it wasn't for diamond and double diamond pay, I would have been completely screwed, like screwed beyond belief. And even though I was hurt, I said, you know what? I knew I had to either make the decision. Okay, am I going to let this continue to drag me down? Or am I going to say, you know what? Screw this, screw him. I'm going to go all in with my business and show the world that I don't need a man in my life. Okay. Now, I do have a boyfriend now, but that's besides the point. But, I was like, screw this. I know I've always been independent. Like, I hate asking people for money. So I was like, screw you. This was March 6th, you guys, March 6th of 2019. And is when everything like crashed and burned. I made the decision that month that I am not settling. Screw you. And I blurted it everywhere. I was going triple diamond. I said, I'm going triple diamond. I'm going triple diamond. I'm earning this bonus. Like, I didn't care. And guess what? March, the same month I had a broken engagement, was the month I was announced on a family call that I was one of the top DT enrollers out of the entire company. Does that not give you chills, you guys? I signed 17 distributors. This is going from somebody that didn't sign distributors to now. But I chose, like, I know there's people out there that need money. I know people are going through things, and I need to be loud and vocal that this is just a part of my story. And as much as I was so hurt, and when I got that sneak peek of my double paycheck, I literally like was crying, and I showed a picture of me. Like, I was like, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, I got to keep going. And so we were pushing, and, come April of 2019, I decided, you know what? I make enough with this business. Peace out. I quit my job. I know I didn't finish that into my story earlier, but I decided enough is enough. I was actually working at Massage Envy at the time. I was, working up front as a wellness advisor. And, at the time, our computer system, like everything changed over at work. Everything was stress. As soon as I walked into work, I was just completely stressed. And it just felt like, okay, now is the time I can leave. But when I was engaged, I thought, oh, I can't leave until I'm like at least a triple, or at least I have a house or something. But that was just a limiting belief for myself. And so what I decided was, you know what? My team was like, Caitlin, you got this. You can leave your job if you want to. And I said, you know what? You're right. So it was April 21st. I've been home full time ever since. And I am 26. I don't know if I said that. I'm 26 now, but I left my job at 24. And that summer in June, we were still pushing for triple. We had just missed it in May. We were literally less than 3,000 volume away, you guys. I had built an entire diamond leg myself, 99%. Don't do that when you're going triple. It crashed and burned, you guys. And, I had to learn a lot in 2019. My business went way, way down. But I will say is by God's grace, that summer, I was able to buy my dream car. I had my Genesis coupe in the driveway. I bought it all by myself, no cosigner, none of that crap. Like, I went in and I bought my dream car. And that was like one of the biggest feelings for me was I was able to leave my job. I was able to purchase my dream car because my other car was actually having issues. So it was like everything just aligned. But then right after that, I started to get super complacent again because I was like, I kind of lost what my why was. And, I started to have a bunch of people quit, and I was just, starting to think, oh my gosh, am I just not a good leader? And, all that doubt starts to creep in, and I started to lose who I was because I was in a relationship for so long. I kind of lost who I was. And it wasn't until December 2019, you guys, I was a double diamond. I had never dropped below diamond. I was a strong double. Like we were like really up there. And then all of a sudden I got lazy. And guess what? If you're lazy, your team is lazy. And it just kind of kept going. And, I kind of made an excuse because I was like, oh, my team's so strong. Like, I can kind of chill for a minute. But the thing is, you still want to be enrolling, but maybe not push as hard right after you promote. Like, you don't want to burn yourself out. But I was completely lazy. I mean, I still enrolled, but not really much. Like I wasn't being a leader like I should have. And so we dropped from double diamond down to ruby, you guys. I had never, like in my life, I was not on top of my charts. And that's one thing I will say is you would need to have your chart in front of you every month, because I didn't have my charts in front of me for months and months and months. And that's why I know I kept dropping, is because I wasn't on top of my charts. And I wasn't constantly focusing on my team and promoting. I was just focused on, woe is me type of thing. And so I dropped down to ruby, you guys. Imagine a double diamond paycheck. You can look at the income disclosure. I was making, on the higher end, it was like 4 to 6K. I was like at the high end. Okay. Down to ruby. Okay. And that was the point where that Christmas, I was like, what did I do? I wasn't used to making that kind of money. I was just very frivolous with it and not on top of my money. I just didn't have a really good money mindset, like at all. And so I dropped down to ruby. I was paid as a ruby in December and January of 2019, 2020. And this was last year. It still gives me chills, you guys. And I just want to tell you guys my volume. My group volume dropped down to, in December of 2019, it was 7,873. And then in January, it dropped a little bit more. It dropped down to 7,059. But hear me out. I saw that paycheck. I saw my bills were like, I was barely able to pay my bills. I was starting to have to ask my parents for money again. And I was just like, I can't do this. I don't want to go back to a job that I hated. I had been home for almost a year. I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to decide. Like I joined this business for a reason. I know the business works. Like quitting was never an option. Like it works has always been a plan A for me, but I was so low. My anxiety started to kick in. I was just like at an all-time low. And I don't know what it is, but it's like you don't realize how bad things happen or until it's bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like I can't afford to be paid below diamond. Like I literally can't. Like I can't pay my bills. And so I was like, screw this. I got out a diamond chart and I said, I'm going to get this back. And and this is the thing, if you've ever lost rank, especially if it was a drastic transformation, you have to get that next rank out. Because the thing is, if you try to focus too much on like ruby to double, that's going to be too overwhelming for you. So it was like, okay, even my upline was like, okay, Caitlin, just have that next rank out. What do you need to get back out? Emerald. Okay. Who are your leaders going to be? Okay, this is who it's going to be. And then I just made the decision, like I have to mass DT enroll. It's all about making the decision. And I decided, oh my gosh, okay, I know how to sign DTs. I know how to sign DTs. Like I know how to sign DTs. Like, and I know people need this, especially like with the new year. And I just, I started working my business kind of hard in the fall though. Even though my paycheck slipped, I was still working my business, even though it dropped. But everything you do in the fall reaps in January, and you still have to work hard. But honestly, I made the decision, like, I'm going to go triple diamond this year. And right after conference, they announced all those bonuses. I said, okay, let me focus on this. So I got back emerald. Actually, no, I got back diamond in, what was it? February. And then March, I busted my butt to get back double diamond. I worked so hard. I was working so closely with my leaders. And, we were just like working so closely with our team. Like, okay, this is what you need. This is what you need. And you need promotion chats. I feel like especially like with your key leaders, like, so everybody knows exactly what they need, but at the same time, you have to overlook your entire chart and you need to be on top of that, especially by the first of the month. You need to know, okay, what are we going for this month? Because if you're not on top of your chart and you don't have that in front of you, that is your roadmap. And that literally is right in front of you. You just follow that. And so what's crazy, you guys, is my paycheck from January to April, my volume in April was 40,961 and we went triple diamond. And in March, I was paid as a diamond. And in April, we jumped straight to triple. And I want you guys, just imagine that going from a 7,000 group volume to over 40K in 4 months. I want you guys to know that that was only by the grace of God. I truly have to say that. Triple was hard, you guys. It was not easy. Like I had, like it was so scary, you guys. And you want to know what's crazy too is my double diamond was actually my mom. I took my mom from ruby to double in 1 month. That was insane. But I took control of my chart. I told myself I have to mass DT enroll. And I want you guys to know that my personal goal is to sign at least 10 DTs a month or more. And the reason is being, if you only focus on a couple, they might all quit. And I have people that quit all the time. And I want you guys to know that people are going to quit. Same with jobs on a regular basis. People are going to constantly come in and out. Same with the business. There's going to be some people that, that are going to be here for one rank, but they're not going to be here for the next. The people that were on my diamond chart that helped me go diamond were not on my double chart and we're not on my triple chart. My triple chart was so different from the year before when I pushed for triple. My entire chart was completely different. I only had maybe a couple leaders that were the same, but you have to be the one enrolling the most. And it's not necessarily you have to enroll the most amount of customers, but if you're the one that's enrolling the most amount of distributors and you're duplicating that into your team and you're teaching them how to sign a lot of distributors, that's when the money really comes in. And then you're seeing your team excited and you're seeing your team starting to promote because you're feeding off that excitement. Yes, I love what Cindy said. Some people are here for a reason, some for a season, some forever. And that's so true. And I truly want you guys to know that it is hard to let people go because I am a yellow red. I love people, but at the same time, sometimes I can be very blunt. And I've learned over the years that you have to work hard at this business, but you don't have to let this business consume all of your entire life. And that's one thing that I really struggled with in the beginning was when I was with my ex was I felt like I had to be on my phone 24/7, but a lot of the times I wasn't being intentional with my time. I was just mindless scrolling. And so if you figure out those times where you're so intentional with make sure you take care of your work. Like for me, I take care of my personal work first thing in the morning. And then throughout the day, I respond to people and help my team throughout the day. But if you're not taking care of your own personal team or your personal business first, your business is going to die. You're going to strive or you're going to die. And I will say the biggest difference that happened for me from January to April was I did a lot of self-development. I did a lot of pouring into myself because I knew that if I wasn't pouring to myself every single day, I wasn't working out. I wasn't taking care of myself. I don't know about you guys, but I feel better when I take care of myself, when I'm eating good. And I'm not perfect. I ate a cheeseburger for dinner. Okay. So I'm not perfect, but drink lots of water, make sure you're taking care of you and make sure that you feel good. Do what makes you feel good and share that on social media, share your excitement, share your journey, because I don't want to promote without my team. I want to make sure everybody's winning and I want everybody to experience what it's like to make diamond plus money. And so one thing I will say though is so March to April was really, really scary because we were really, really far, like so far away, you guys, like so far. And a lot of other people would be like, oh gosh, like it's just not going to happen. But the thing is, like, you have to make that decision. Like, okay, is this the month? Is this the month? And I was like, I feel like we can go triple in April. I don't know. Something was just telling me like, April's your time. I prayed about it and it just felt right, even though it was so far away. And I want you guys to know this too. I shared it on social media everywhere about going triple, but I wasn't even fully charted until the 21st. I still had one one box on my chart, one distributor I needed to go triple diamond, but I made sure I took care of that because, you can't wait on your team. And I will say is one big difference from diamond to triple is diamond, you can technically build yourself to diamond 100%. But once you go beyond diamond, you really need to establish your leaders and you need to make sure that they're pouring into themselves and help them figuring out what their why is. Because I was actually on a Dean Graziosi call this past week and he dove really deep on like, you have to figure out what your why is so deep that it makes you cry like bad. And I know for me is I don't ever want to go back to where I used to be. I never want to go back to, just having to slave my life away because I was miserable. Looking back on my old photos, I was so miserable. And so to cut it short real quick, because I know I'm kind of like rambling, is the 25th of the month. So everything runs on the 25th, right? I had not mass enrolled the first half of the month. I hadn't mass enrolled the first half of the month. I had only maybe enrolled 4 people. And it was halfway through the month. I said, oh God, I'm scared. Like, I was like, I'm scared. I don't know if it's going to happen. Like, I was like freaking out but at the same time, Joey's my boyfriend. He's like, Caitlin, you got this. He's like, you just stay laser focused, I knew my numbers every single day. Like I knew my numbers every single day. I was staying in contact with my leaders. I was like, okay, when you sign somebody, let me know so we can make sure we have it in the right placement. And on the 25th, we still needed like close to 7,000 volume. And it wasn't until the second to last day of the month, you guys, I literally was like praying to Jesus so heavily. I was like, God, I've never done this kind of big jump before. I'm so scared. I said, something's telling me that it can still happen. It can still happen. But you guys, I literally signed 11 customers the second to last day of the month. And you want to know why? It literally was God. I prayed the prayer of Jabez. I stayed in contact with my team. I just was pouring into them like, we got this. I was doing contests out the wazoo. I was like, oh my gosh, every 10 enrollments, I'm going to be giving away this. Like, come on, let's do this. Like, I'm so excited for everybody because I wasn't making it just about me, but I was also letting our team know, like, we're about to move mountains this month. And, it was one of those things where I didn't wait for my team. Like I knew if I wasn't leading from the front, my team's only going to do a small portion of what I do. And you guys, there were a couple of days where I didn't enroll at all. I was journaling like crazy. If you've never journaled, you need to journal. That's what took me from, Ruby to diamond to double to triple was I was just journaling hardcore. I was saying, thank you, God, for, this promotion. And thank you for all these customers that are flooding to me. Thank you for my dream team coming to me. And I was journaling every single day. And I kid you guys not, I signed 11 customers in one day. I had never done that before. I had only signed maybe like a couple in one day, but I just kept, and you want to know what's crazy too, is the devil's going to try to rock you. And this is the last part I'm going to leave you with is I remember the second to last day, and he remembers, our power went out the second to last day of the month. I was freaking out. We lost power. Our alarms were going off in our house. My phone was about to die. My laptop was about to die. Everything was going wrong. And I was panicking. I was like, oh my gosh, God, what am I supposed to do? Like, oh my God, I can't do this. And luckily it was a Saturday. So I called him up. I said, hey, can I come to your house and work? I went to his house. He was by my side all day. And I kid you guys not, customers, people I hadn't talked to in years were just randomly messaging me out of nowhere. Hey, Caitlin, I saw you've been talking about that coffee. Like, I want to go ahead and order. Like people were just coming out of nowhere, and God will bless you if you work hard. If you pray about your business, if you constantly just, you're doing the work, he will bring it in out of nowhere. And so, I hope that I know that was a lot, but honestly, just truly having your blinders on and making the decision, like this is the month that we're promoting, get with your key leaders and don't give up. I did not promote until the last day of the month, like an hour before midnight. It was like a 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I hustled my booty. And one of my leaders, one of my diamonds, she's like, Caitlin, mine's good. I said, no, girl, I finished one of her boxes because I'm like, no, this is my promotion. Like, I'm not letting anything slip by. I was on top of everything. So I know that was a lot, but hopefully that like shared.
No, that was seriously so perfect. Like I loved everything you had to say, and I just love because like I know for myself and just other people that a lot of people are at that like 7,000 GB range right now. And that's why I wanted you two to hop on here with me because like it's happening, okay? Like if you are at or around that volume, regardless if it's higher or lower, you guys can go triple diamond in the next 30 to 180. Is that, I think that might be math. I don't know. 6 months. Okay, let's just make it a range. You guys can go VIP in this company in the next 6 months, regardless of what your volume is right now. Okay, like I truthfully believe that to my core, and I just love everything you had to say. I literally took like an entire page of notes. I was like, oh wow, okay, like so much is happening, but I seriously love that so much. Thank you again. And Murphy, you can just kind of share your journey to triple as well. And then if I have any questions, I'll just make sure to ask you guys.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me okay again? Okay, good. I like always get so worried being on my phone, but I had shared a little bit with you guys about kind of my journey to triple, but I wanted to give you guys more exact numbers so you can see. So I had said in December of 2019, I maintained Ruby and my volume was 5,000. Okay, so I had 5,000 in volume in December of 2019. January of 2019, I had 7,000 and I was paid as an emerald. February of 2019, I got diamond back, but I was only at like 8,500. Like I barely maintained diamond. Okay. And then the next month I went double diamond with 16,000. The next month I was double diamond again, which would have been in April with 33,000. And then in May, I promoted triple with 44,000. So I went from 5,000 in group volume to 44,000 in 5 months from December to May. So that's just kind of like the timeline of my volume jumps for you guys. So you can see how that increased. But when I had went diamond in 2019, very similar to Caitlin, I had went diamond on my own. I was like, I got this. Like, I'm just going to fill the chart. I'm going to fill the volume. Like, if nobody else wants to come with me, then that sucks. But like, I'm doing this because I want the money. And I am a red blue. So I am like money and goal driven. But I am also blue in that I love to socialize and make friends and so forth. But I was just focused on me, myself, and I. And when I had lost rank down to Ruby, I was really confused. At first I was like, I don't know why I'm not maintaining or why I had lost rank. And then I had realized that I hadn't spent the time pouring into my team and pouring into my girls, that they just kind of lost vision, and they all stopped working because I had not taken the time to focus on any of them. And I was at diamond for a year, and I had always like kept saying that I was going to go double. I wanted to go double and triple so bad. But when I sat and thought about if I was ready to be a double diamond leader, that answer was no. I want you to think right now, if Mark said, I am going to give you a double diamond team or a triple diamond team, and this XY paycheck, whatever you average for double and whatever average for triple, would you be able to handle that? Would you be prepared for that? And my answer for probably most of you is no, and that's why you haven't accomplished that yet. And so when I really had sat and thought about that, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm ready to lead a double diamond team. Like I haven't even grown my leadership, grown myself, so forth. And so in 2020, I went to conference. So this was a conference a year ago. Go to freaking conference. It'll change everything. I was like, I'm sick of where I'm at in my business. I really need to level up. I need to get better. I need to learn. And in order for you to learn and level up, you need to surround yourself with people that are where you want to be. So quit limiting your circle and make your circle and follow on social media people that inspire you and make you want to level up. And I knew that if I went to conference, I'd be around those kind of people. And so I went to conference. I was maintaining Emerald, and it completely changed seriously everything for me. And I left conference and I just had to sit and think, okay, what do I need to do to be a double diamond leader? Like, what do these double diamond leaders do? And you can sit and think about that too. If you're like, well, I wish I could be a diamond or a double or a triple. Well, you know, all of us are triple diamond leaders. What do we do every single day? We show up for our team every single day. We work our butts off. We do our KPI and then do it again and then do it again. We don't just do steps to success. We keep going. We host Zooms, you guys. We wake up early and work and we stay up until our stuff is done. We do one-on-ones. We pour into our girls. We talk to the girls on our team every single day. And if this higher leadership is something that you want, then you have to start acting like it. And I had to start acting like a triple diamond before God was even going to give me that team. I worked my butt off for 5 months straight, you guys. I sacrificed so many things. I sacrificed Netflix. I sacrificed my sleep. You know, I sacrificed time with my friends. I wasn't out partying and socializing and all the things. I had to sacrifice things to get to where I wanted to be. And so, yes, sacrifice, but it is so worth it. Exactly. And now it's like, you look at the end picture and it's so worth it in the end. So in December of 2019, when I was maintaining Ruby, I had 2 girls working on my team. So you know what? God blessed me with 2 girls. So, you know, I went to those 2 girls and I told them that I was going to go triple diamond in 2020. I was like, this is what I am doing. And I want you guys here and going with me. Does your team even know what promotion you're going for? If your team doesn't even know what promotion you're going for, honey, they ain't promoting either. What vision are they going to have? They're not going to have anywhere to go. They think you're not promoting, so who the heck cares? My team all knows that we're going presidential. Our team chat is push to presidential. Like we're going. They know where we're going. And they know that because we're going presidential as a team, that means that we're going to have so many diamonds and doubles and triples and all these promotions happening. And so I was transparent with those 2 girls and I said, this is where I'm going. And I said, I want you guys to go diamond and double, and I want you to be on this journey with me. And if you go to the girls on your team that are working and just tell them that, and just tell them that you want to work with them and you want them to be a diamond on your team, you will be shocked at what they say, because every single person in this business wants to go diamond. There is not anybody who's working this that doesn't want that kind of a paycheck. And so if you can just go and find those people and be transparent with them, it is going to pay off so much. So I did so many one-on-ones, you guys. I had so many different pump up chats and contests for my teams. I got out a thermometer every single month. We did a thermometer. So we did one to get diamond back. Then we did one for double. And then we did one for triple. We have one for this month. And it's not even necessarily a promoting thermometer, but it's how much volume I want our team to gain. And so we're shouting out our sales. And along with that, sharing how we got those enrollments is huge. So in your team chat, share how you got your enrollments, because that's the biggest thing, is teaching duplication. I share with my team how I get my enrollments, and that's how they know how to enroll and how to go teach their people to enroll too. So I don't know, I'm kind of rambling on a tangent there, but I just knew that God had us. And similar to what Caitlin said, God is going to reward your work. He sees what you put in every single day, and he is going to bless your efforts, and your time is never wasted doing your KPIs and investing your time in this business, because every single seed that you plant is going to harvest in due time. So that's pretty much my story. Yeah.
I have chills, you guys. I just love it because we're all 3 so different, but the same. We've all come from different backgrounds, but you guys, we all did it. So why can't you? You know? I can't. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. But I seriously just loved everything you had to say. And I also loved what you were talking about, just showing up as that leader, because that was what our team Zoom was. I think it was last week, but definitely it was recently, where I was just start showing up as that person, because that's exactly what it is. I used to have a sticky note on my desk, and it was work as if Mark is watching over your shoulder. Because if I'm working as a triple diamond or as a presidential diamond, insert whatever rank there, it's going to happen, you know? And so I just absolutely love that you touched on that, because that is something that I have previously talked about. But I wanted to take just a couple seconds and kind of walk you guys through my journey as well. So I wanted to break down kind of my first, I guess, full year in this business, and then also what happened in 2020 with my business, because it was absolutely incredible. So in December of 2017, I was a shiny old executive. I almost said Ruby, wasn't even Ruby yet, but I was a shiny old executive, and I had 102 or 1,002 volume. I was paid as distributor. I had to go back and look at this. I was barely commission qualified. I had 151 GV, so barely commission qualified. Definitely, I didn't think I ran an auto shipment that month, but going into that month, I was going through a lot as like a human. What's happening here? My computer just like freaked out. I really hope you guys can still see me. Okay. My email just opened up. Go away. Okay, that's fine. That actually just scared me. I thought my Wi-Fi just like freaked out. Whew, take a breath. Okay, so going into 2019, I think. Yeah? 2018. Sorry, I had to write down all these dates and stuff. So going into 2018, Shay had called me at conference in January and was basically just like, okay, are you going to go Emerald? There's a $5,000 bonus on the line and I want to help you earn it. I was like, say less. What do I have to do? And like, that was basically all it took for me. Like, I just needed someone to believe in me. So one, if you need that person for you, hello, I'm here. You have two other people that believe in you too. So hello, we're here. So we're those people. But I didn't know what to do. And that's kind of what I was asking her, just like, okay, like one foot in front of the other, like host to post. Don't even know if those were a thing yet. Just like literally show me the way. So I finished January of 2018 with 1.7 thousand group volume, paid as executive. I finished February, I like wrote down these numbers so weird. It's bad that I can't even read my own handwriting. February, I finished with 3,000 volume and I promoted to Ruby that month. March, I was at 6,000 GV. So I had jumped like 3,000 that month. That was the month that I went Emerald. April, I had 9.1 thousand GV. May, 9.1 the same. June, I went Diamond and had 13.6 thousand GV. July was 16.1. August 19.7, September I went double with 22,000. In October I had 35,000 as a double diamond. That was a lot. So basically, I just want to show you guys that one, you can have 1,000 group volume in December and you can end with triple diamond volume. I didn't promote triple, but I had triple diamond volume. So I probably could have promoted, but that's a different story. But it can still happen for you, you guys. That was 10 months, 11 months kind of, December to October. That was how long that was. I was working, I think in the process of that, in June, I went Diamond. I had went full time in this company. I was still going to school. I was at the beginning of the year, I was still working 3 jobs. I was still in school. I actually moved out later in that year. So I was busy, you guys. Like, just like a lot of you guys probably are. I had a full schedule and I was still able to accomplish these things. And that's why I wanted just to be on here with you guys and just say, like, it can happen. You just have to believe in yourself. That literally is it. You literally just have to believe in yourself, make the decision, and show up every single day. That is all it takes. And then just very quickly, going into last year, kind of also going back to what Caitlin was saying, 2019 was a great year. It was the year I went triple. I learned so much, but it was also a very, very hard year. Not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. It's crazy to think that was technically 2 years ago. So, we made it. But I learned a lot about myself and my leadership and my business and just everything in 2019. And my business was 100% on the back burner. Just gonna keep it real with you guys. So I finished December of 2019, with 12,000 group volume. I was a triple diamond maintaining diamond, barely. I saw a 3-figure diamond paycheck and I was like, that's enough. We're not doing that no more. And kind of like Caitlin was saying, or this is how I interpreted it, but I had to hit that bottom. Like it was that bottom where it was like, yeah, okay, okay. And that was the switch that it made. So going into that year, I was absolutely terrified. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but like we're gonna figure it out. So going into that year, like I said, I finished December with 12,000 volume. We reloaded double at conference in January, and that was amazing. Being in that conference house with my girls, literally like promoting and re-ranking, I will never forget that day. But just kind of fast forward, at the end of May in 2020, our team ended at 67,000 group volume. So in 5 months, went from 12,000 to 67. Okay. That was insane. Like absolutely insane. I literally like that was the moment when I was like, I have a cool team. They're pretty freaking good. I was just like, oh my gosh, like my team is amazing because like our volume had never been that high. The month that I promoted triple, my volume was 41,000. So we were hitting, I think I hit 40 or 50 in April. And I was like, oh my gosh, we just hit our team's highest volume. And I was freaking out. And then the next month it like literally went up another 20,000. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So one, actually there's a lot of things I could say. I'm not even going to number them or I'll forget. But basically you guys, just moral of the story and of this Zoom, these goals can happen for you. Okay. I have my dream board up here behind me and it's presidential, ambassador, and triple diamond 2.0. Do I know how that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But I know it's going to. And it's that decision. It's that decision that you have to make inside of you. Like Murphy and both of these girls were saying, just showing up every single day. That's seriously all it takes. Like that is literally it. So I hope you guys took some value out of this. I thank you guys so much for hopping on, for our guest and just everyone else here just watching with us. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and stop.